today we're going to solve some of your JEE Mains mock test questions. So let's start to solve, guys. The first question is, let alpha and beta be the two real roots of the equation k plus 1 of tan square x minus root 2 lambda of tan x is equal to 1 minus k, where k is not equal to minus 1 and lambda are real numbers. If tan square of alpha plus beta is equal to 50, then find the value of lambda. So guys, how we are going to solve this question? Listen very carefully. In the question they gave an equation, there is k plus 1 of tan square x minus root 2 lambda of tan x is equal to 1 minus k. I am going to convert this particular equation into a proper quadratic form. That means I am going to take this constant, that is 1 minus k, to the LHS. When I take, I will get the same equation as k plus 1 of tan square x minus of root 2 lambda of tan x. When I take this 1 minus k to the RHS, I will get it as plus of k minus 1, and that will be equal to 0. This is something, the equation that you will get when you convert this particular this equation into a proper form. Already it is quadratic equation only. I am not saying it is not a quadratic equation, but the thing is, your constant is in RHS. I am just converting into a form of x squared with x plus c is equal to 0. So this is what we got now. Now people, for this equation, they are saying that alpha and beta are the two real roots. So basically, if alpha and beta are the roots of this equation, then I would say that your x can take values of alpha and beta, correct now? Can't I say like that? You guys yourself say me. If alpha and beta are the two real roots of this equation, I can say that your x can take the value of alpha and beta. If your x can take the value of alpha and beta, listen very carefully, I can say that the roots of this equation will be nothing but tan alpha and tan beta. Can't I say like this? They are saying alpha and beta are the two real roots of this equation. From that condition, I can say that the roots of this equation will be tan alpha and tan beta, and that is something I am trying to say to you people. Okay? You may ask why it is. So basically, it's very simple concept, guys. When you use a condition given in the question, and that's why I am saying tan alpha and tan beta are the roots of this particular equation. Now people, what I am going to do is, this is your roots of this equation. The roots of this equation are tan alpha and tan beta. Now, I am going to find your sum of the roots and product of the roots. Sum of the roots will be nothing but tan alpha plus tan beta. Correct now? As we know, these two values of the roots of this equation. So, sum of the roots will be tan alpha plus tan beta. So, sum of the roots is nothing but minus b by a. So, minus b by a will be nothing but root 2 lambda by a. What is a? That is k plus 1. That will be a sum of roots. What will be product of the roots? Your product of the roots will be nothing but tan alpha into tan beta. That will be a product of the roots, and that will be nothing but c by a. C by a is k minus 1 by k plus 1. That will be your product of the roots. Correct now? So, sum of the roots is root 2 lambda by k plus 1, and product of the roots is k minus y by k plus 1, because we know that your sum of the roots is minus b by a, that will be root 2 lambda by k plus 1, and product of the roots is c by a, and that is the expression I am having now. So now, after this, what can I do? Think very carefully and say, if I know the value of tan alpha plus tan beta, and also I know the value of tan alpha into tan beta, what's the next step that I can do? Think carefully and say, guys, because you are supposed to think well, okay? Getting answer is not a problem now. It's all about how you are going to approach and how you are going to implement the steps in that, okay? JEE Mains is not going to check your steps, but the thing is, it's all about your approach. Everybody can see the answer, even they can search in Google. That's not a problem, okay? So that's something I'm saying now. So now we know your tan alpha plus tan beta, and we know the value of tan alpha into tan beta. So what I'm going to do is, in the question they gave one hint now, tan square of alpha plus beta is 50. If tan square of alpha plus beta is equal to 50, then I can say that your tan of alpha plus beta will be Root 50. Take root on both sides. Take root on both sides. Okay. So if your tan square of alpha plus beta is 50, then your tan of alpha plus beta will be root 50 by taking root on both sides of the equation, and that's the relationship I got now. Now after this, it's gonna be very simple. After this, it's gonna be very simple. Now let me take this one part. Okay, let me take this one part. Now people, what will be tan of alpha plus beta? Don't say me that tan of alpha plus beta is root 50. That's a relationship. I am asking what is tan of alpha plus beta in terms of your trigonometry formula. So we know that tan of a plus b is nothing but tan a, that is tan of alpha, plus tan b, that will be tan of beta, divided by 1 minus tan alpha tan beta. Correct now? That's how we can write this tan of alpha plus beta in terms of your trigonometry formula, because we know that tan of a plus b is tan a plus tan b to 1 minus tan a tan b, and that's how I wrote like this. Now people, what is tan of alpha plus beta? That is root 50. That is root 50, and that will be equal to tan alpha plus tan beta will be 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta. Do we know the value of tan alpha plus tan beta? Of course yes, and that is something is the sum of the roots of the equation. Do we know the value of tan alpha into tan beta? Yes. Yes. So I can put those values in this particular expression, and it's going to be very simple to solve this lambda. Okay. So tan alpha plus tan beta is root 2 lambda. Root 2 lambda by k plus 1. Correct now? That is your tan alpha plus tan beta. Just putting this expression. Then denominator I am having 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta. If tan alpha into tan beta is k minus 1, what will be 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta? That will be 1 minus k minus 1 by k plus 1. So now when you solve, I think you will get it as k we cancel. Yeah, thing. So this will be nothing but, okay, this will be 2 by k plus 1. I think that's something you will get. Okay, so 1 minus of k minus 1 by k plus 1 will be 2 by k plus 1. So you get as 2 by k plus 1. So that will be your 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta, because we know that tan alpha and tan beta is k minus 1 by k plus 1. So 1 minus this product of the roots will be 2 by k plus 1. Now you can cancel these two terms. So finally you will get your root 50 as root 2 lambda by 2. Root 2 lambda by 2. If root 50 is equal to root 2 lambda by 2, then what will be your lambda, guys? Your lambda will be equal to root 50 into 2 into, root 50 into 2 by root 2, and that will be nothing but 10. So the value of lambda is 10, and that's the answer for this question. Value of lambda is 10, and that's the answer for the question. The basic thing that you guys are supposed to know is this particular formula, trigonometric formula. Tan of a plus b is tan a plus tan b to 1 minus tan a tan b. Very important. Okay. So your value of lambda is 10, and that's the answer for the question. Just solve this, guys. Root 50 is equal to root 2 lambda by 2. When you solve, I get the lambda is 10. That's all. Let us move on to the next one. Our next question is, three positive numbers form an increasing GP. If the middle term in this GP is double, the new numbers are in AP. Then the common ratio of GP is what? So guys, they are saying three positive numbers form an increasing GP. So basically, let me say those three positive numbers as A, AR, AR square are the terms that are in GP. Now, they are saying that the middle term in this GP is double. That means your middle term is 2AR. If the middle term in this GP is double, then the new numbers are in AP. That means your A, 2AR, AR square are in AP. And these 3 terms are in GP. Okay, and that is something it is given in the question. I will repeat once again, guys. I took those 3 positive numbers as A, AR, AR square, and you know what these 3 terms represent. You know this now, guys. This is a general term of your GP. This is of your it is not general term, it's a general form. General term is A to the power of n minus 1. I am talking about general form. Your GP general form looks like this only. Okay, I am not talking about general term, so yes, I am talking about general form. This is how your GP looks. It will be going up to A to the power of n minus 1. Okay, but in this question there are only 3 positive numbers. So that's why I took it as A, AR square. Now you may ask me one thing. Hey man, in some question and all, we will take the terms of the GP as B by R, B, BR. We take like that. But here why you are taking it as A, AR square? Basically, here only if you have that multiplication task, you can do that. Only if you have multiplication task, you can take the middle term and I can write it as B by R, B, BR. But here, I am not going to do your multiplication task and it's a very easy one. Okay, so I don't need to complicate that much. And that's why I am writing like this. So A, AR square and GP. And also they are saying the middle term of GP is double, the new numbers are in AP. So middle term is AR. If your A has double, you will get 2AR and these terms will be in AP. Okay. So that is something that is given in the question. Now people, tell me one thing, these 3 terms are in AP. If these 3 terms are in AP, I will say that your 4AR, that means twice of your middle term, will be equal to sum of A and AR square. Can't I say like this? And this is something I should know. As I am having 3 terms, we know one thing now, guys. If A, B, C are in AP, then your 2B is equal to A plus C. That means twice of a middle term is sum of the term that is left out, that is A plus C. Okay, so 2B is equal to A plus C, and that's why I am saying twice of a middle term, that is 4AR, will be equal to A plus AR square. Correct now? So now after this, it's going to be very simple, guys. So basically just try to solve it up. So 4AR is equal to, in the RHS take A common, they will get as A into 1 plus R square. So I can cancel these 2 A's. So finally we'll get as 4R is equal to 1 plus R square. So now people make it as quadratic form. Then I think we'll get it as R square minus 4R plus 1 will be equal to 0, and that's the quadratic form you can convert. Basically I am having 4R is equal to 1 plus R square. So take this 4R to the RHS, and this is something we will get R square minus 4R plus 1 is equal to 0, and that is the quadratic form. In order to convert into quadratic form only I did. And what they are asking in the question is the common ratio of GP. Basically we know R is the common ratio. So that is something I am going to find as a root of this equation. So how will you find the roots is use your quadratic formula, that is minus b will be 4, guys. Minus of minus 4 is 4, then plus or minus or root of b square minus 4ac. What is b square? 16. 16 now. Your b square is 16, I think so, guys. Yeah, your b square is 16. Minus 4ac will be minus of 4 into 1 into 1. Okay, so 4 into 1 into 1 is 4 only. So 16 minus 4 is 12. Then divided by 2a. 2a is 2 only. I think I did everything correct. Or you guys will check me, guys. So I'll get as 4 plus or minus root 12 by 2. Sorry, root 12 by 2. And that is something we'll get. So now people, after this is going to be very simple. Finally when you evaluate, I'll get it as 2 plus or minus root 3. I think that's what you will get, because you can write this root of 12 as root of 4 into 3. So root 4 is 2. So then finally I will get as 4 plus or minus 2 root 3. So take 2 common and cancel out. So finally we will get the roots of this equation as 2 plus or minus root 3. And this is nothing but your value of R. Your value of R is the common ratio. Okay, so finally I solved and finally got the value of r as 2 plus or minus root 3. But the thing is, your common ratio can't take two values and all, guys. In sequence series you learn now, in the GPA your common ratio can't take two values and all. It only take one value. So basically the two values are 2 plus or minus root 3. When you put plus you will get one value, when you put minus you will get another value. So here how will you choose it? Very simple, guys. When you put this symbol as minus, I will get 2 minus root 3, and 2 minus root 3 can be neglected now. This minus symbol can be neglected because, guys, 2 minus root 3 is less than 1. It lies between 0 and 1, so it can be neglected. So basically I can say the answer is 2 plus root 3. That means your common ratio is 2 plus root 3. You may ask why it is neglected. They are saying these three positive numbers form an increasing GP, and that is why I am saying this minus symbol can be neglected. Because when you put minus, you will get it as 2 minus root 3. 2 minus root 3 can be neglected because it lies between 0 and 1, and that's very small value, guys. So that's why I am saying your common ratio is 2 plus root 3. And that's all. Let us move on to the next one. Our next question is integral of 3x power 13 plus of 2x power 11 divided by 2x power 4 plus of 3x square plus 1 whole power 4 of dx is equal to what? And guys, this is a previous year JEE mains question. I think this question was asked in JEE mains 2020. Okay, it looks like a numerical one. I mean, it looks complicated, not numerical type question, guys. It looks complicated. Okay, so here what matters more is the substitution. But before substitution, you are supposed to do one thing. What you need to do is, listen very carefully, guys. In this integral, I am going to take your x power 16 common on both the numerator and denominator. I am going to take your x power 16 common. When I take x power 16 common in the numerator, we will get it as x power 16 into 3 by x square. This is something I will get when you take x power 16 common from 3x power 13. Then plus of 2 by x power 5. This is 2, guys. Then of dx. Then denominator when you take x power 16 common, I think we will get it as x power 16 when you take common, you will get it as 2. I think 2 directly you will get the 2 only. Yeah, directly I think you will get it as 2. Then plus of 3 by, I am having whole power 4, guys, so that's why I am writing like this. Then 3 by x square. 3 by x square. Then plus of 1 by x power 4. Then I will have whole power 4 here. Correct now? I think this is something you will get when you take your x power 16 common on both numerator and your denominator. So now people, it's going to be very simple. This is something you will get when you get x power 16 common on both numerator and denominator, and remember that we are having whole power 4 in the denominator. So now I can cancel these two terms. So finally I will get this integral of 3 by x square plus 2 by x power 5 of dx should be 2 plus 3 by x square plus 1 by x power 4 whole power 4. Now people, the substitution that I am going to do plays a vital role because it's an insane substitution. Okay, so here I am going to take, what can I take? I am going to take your 2 plus 3 by x square, then plus of 1 by x power 4 as t. When you take like that, then your dt will be nothing but minus 2 into 3 by x square. When differentiate, you will get 2 by x power 4. Okay, it will be little time taking because you are supposed to solve this. Then of dx will be your dt. Correct now? This is a substitution that I'm going to take here. So basically I will repeat once again guys. What I did here is, it's very basic thing. I just took your 2 plus 3 by x square plus 1 by x power 4 as t. When you take it as t, then a dt will be a differentiation of value of t. That will be minus 2 into 3 by x square plus 2 by x power 5 of dx. So when I put this substitute this integral, I will get it as, in the numerator I am having 3 by x square plus 2 by x power 5 of dx. But we know that you are minus 2 into 3 by x square plus 2 by x power 5 of dx is dt. So I can write this expression as minus dt by 2. Correct now? I can write the same expression in the numerator as minus dt by 2, and that 1 by 2 I can take outside the integral. Very simple guys. This is dt. So here I am having 3 by x square plus 2 by x power 5. 3 by x square plus 2 by x power 5. I am not having minus 2 in it. So I can divide your dt by minus 2, and that is something I did now. So this will be minus dt. So minus dt. Then I can take this minus outside, it's minus of 1 by 2 of the integral of dt. Then by 2 plus 3 by x square plus 1 by x power 4 is t. That will be t power 4. Okay, wow. I hope that is very clear. So now it's gonna be very simple. Take this t power 4 to the numerator, it will get us minus 1 by 2 into integral of t power minus 1 by 4 of dt. Correct now? This is what you will get when you take your t power 4 to the numerator. Now after this you will get as minus 1 by 2 into t power minus 4 integration will be nothing but integral of t power minus 4 will be t power minus 3 by 3. I mean minus 3. So finally you will get it as minus 1 by 2. So minus cancel out. Okay. So now after this you will get it as then plus some constant is the value of this integral. Correct now? I need to put plus some constant here. Okay guys, this will be little time taking because you're supposed to solve this expression. Okay, expression solving is important. If I do a little small mistake, then 4 answer get different. So basically what I did is I just took a minus 1 by 2 common because I had minus dt by 2. So when I take this t power 4 to the numerator, we get as t power minus 4. So t power minus 4 integral t power minus 3 by minus 3. How? Integral formula. Integral of x power n is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1, basic thing. So now after this, finally we get as t power minus 3 by 6 plus some constant. Now people, I will rub these things. Okay. So finally I have t power minus 3. T power minus 3 by 6 plus some constant. So I can write the same integral as 1 by 6 into t power minus 3. Guys, basically try to understand one thing. Now this is the place where you guys should be very careful, okay? Because in the options there was some expression and you're supposed to write that expression. Okay, va? And that expression is something I'm going to write now. So finally I think you will get it as x power minus 3 will be what, guys? I think your x power minus 3 will be nothing but wait guys, x power 12 by 2x power 4, yes. Yeah, I got it. So x power 12 3x power 4. Okay, va? I think that will be the answer. Okay. Then x power 12 by 2x power 4 plus 2x power 4. 2x power 4, right? So I think t power minus 1 by 3 will be 2x power 4. Then plus of 3x square. Yeah, got it guys. 3x square. Then plus of 1 whole power 4. Then plus some constant is the answer for the question. Guys, it's a very good question. The thing is, the solving expression is important. That's why it took time. Or otherwise, I think you won't take time. Okay, so this will be cube, right? Cube. This will be cube, and that's the answer for the question. So basically, I just took your 1/6 common. I will get as t power minus 3. When you calculate t power minus 3, x power 12 by 2x power 4 plus 3x square plus 1 whole cube plus some constant. Basically, this is t value means then t power minus 3 will be this expression. Calculating is little bit time taking, okay? Because I need to find an expression whole power minus 3. And that's the answer for the question. That's all guys, let's move on to the next one. Our next question is, if matrix is equal to, they are given some matrix like 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, minus 2, A, 2, B. This is a matrix. So, satisfying the equation A into A transpose is equal to 9i, where I is a 3 cross 3 identity matrix, then the ordered pair A comma B is what? And that's the question. So guys, this is not a very tough question, but the thing is, you're supposed to understand it well, okay? If you understand, and you're supposed to use some of the properties of matrices and determinants, and then this question is very easy. Okay, so they gave that A into A transpose is 9i. So what is A? This is that matrix. So your A into A transpose will be nothing but your A is what? Your A is something but 1, 2, 1, minus 2, A, 2, B. This is your A. Now, I need to multiply this particular matrix A. I need to multiply this particular matrix A with A transpose. So, what is transpose of this matrix? Transpose of this matrix will be nothing but your rows becomes as column. That means I will get it as 1, 2, A, 2, 1, 2, minus 2, B. Correct now? This is something you will get. A into A transpose will be, this is your matrix A transpose will be rows becomes as column, and that is equal to 9 into I, and they gave that your I is a identity matrix, 3 cross 3 identity matrix. What does it mean by identity matrix? Identity matrix means your diagonal elements are 1 except them all are 0. So that is 3 cross 3 matrix. So I can write it as 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, then 0, 0, 1. This is your identity matrix set. So I will repeat once again guys, just I'm using the thing that is said in the question, okay? They gave that A into A transpose 9i, where I is a 3 cross 3 identity matrix. Here, this is your A and A transpose is this. A transpose is the, just you need to exchange your rows and columns. That's the basic thing that you're supposed to know, and that is equal to 9 into I, where I is a 3 cross 3 identity matrix. Identity matrix is nothing but a matrix whose diagonal elements are 1 now. See, diagonal elements are 1, right? So that's what I'm saying, okay? And except them all are 0. That's the basic thing they're supposed to know. So now people, what you're supposed to do is, try to multiply these two matrices first. How will you multiply these two matrices? Use your basic multiplication of matrix technique. So what is the technique is, listen carefully guys. First row into first column, first row into second column, first row into third column. Then like that you should doing on, and that's how we multiply two matrices. So how will I multiply these two matrices? Listen very carefully because it's very important. So first row into first column means 1 into 1, that is 1, plus 2 into 2, 4, plus 2 into 2, 4. So 4 plus 1 is 9. Then first row into second column will be 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 1 is 2, so 2 plus 2 is 4, plus minus. So basically here what you're supposed to do is, I'm having 9. So 1 first row into second column, 1 into 2 is 2, then of 2 into 1 is 2, so 2 plus 2 is 4, minus of 2 will be what? Minus of 4 will be 0. So this will be 0. Very simple. Now after this, first row into third column. First row into third column will be 1 into A is A, 2 into 2 is 4, 2 into B is 2B. So that will be nothing but A plus 4 plus 2B. Correct now? This is something you will get. Now after this, second row into first column, second row into second column, second row into third column. Second row into first column is 2 into 1 is 2, 1 into 2 is 2, so 2 plus 2 4. Then minus 4, again it will be 0 here. Okay. Then this is one particular element. Okay. A plus 4 plus 2B is particular element. Then second row into second column will be 2 into 2. 2 into 2 is 4. 1 into 1 is 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Then 5 plus of minus 2 into minus 2. Minus 2 into minus 2 is 4. So that will be, I think it will be 9. 9 or what, guys? Second row into second column. 2, 4, 4 plus 1 is 5. 5. Then plus of, yeah, 9 only I think so. Yes. Correct, na? I hope that's the right answer. Okay. I mean, that's the right element. Then second row into third column. Second row into third column, 2 into A is 2A. So I will write 2A. I will write 2A. Then second row into third column. Then 1 into 2 is 2. Then plus of 2. And minus 2 into B will be minus 2B. Correct, na? Yeah, correct. Then finally, third row into first column. Third row into first column, I think it will be A plus 4 plus A plus 4 plus then 2B. Correct, na? This is your this element, and here after this you will have second row into third row into second column. Third row into second column will be, again it will be 2A. Guys, this looks very bigger, so you need to understand it very carefully. Third row into second column will be 2A plus 2 minus 2B. Minus 2B. Now after the third element will be third row into third column, that will be A square plus 4A then plus B square. And that's the multiplication of both these matrices, and that is equal to scalar product. 9 is a scalar, no? So when you need to multiply each and every element by 9, then you will get it as 9 0 0 0 9 0 0 0 9. Okay, just multiply 9 with each element, every element of this matrix. Now after this, guys, I think what and all I did is correct only. Okay, yeah, A plus 4 plus 2B, yes, of course. Yeah, multiplication is correct. Now after this, try to equate these two particular matrices. So I will get the equations as, A plus 4 plus 2B is equal to 0. That's one equation. And another equation, yeah, 2A plus 2 minus 2B is also equal to 0. That's the another equation, and that is something we got now. So finally this is good, guys. These two equations will enough to solve it. Now try to add these two equations. When you add these two equations, I think you will get it as plus 2B minus 2B cancel. So 2A plus A is 3A. Then plus of 6 is equal to 0. 3A plus of 6 is equal to 0 means then A is equal to minus 2. That's how we found. You will get this when you add these two equations. When you add, you will get it as A plus 2A is 3A, then 4 plus 2 is 6. So 3A plus 6 is equal to 0. 3A plus 6 is equal to 0 means A will be equal to minus 2. Now after same like that, when you put A as minus 2 here, you will get your B as minus 1. Just solve it up, okay? And what they are asking in the question is they are asking the order by A comma B. That will be minus 2 comma minus 1, and that's the answer for the question. That means ordered by A comma B. I think I did everything correct, guys. Multiplication correct only, okay? Even though if there is a mistake, I don't think there's a mistake. Yeah, it's correct, guys. So your A is minus 2 and B is minus 1. That's the ordered pair. So how B is minus 1 is put A as minus 2. Once again I will check. Minus 2 plus 4 is what? Minus 2 plus 4 2. So 2, yeah, correct. B is minus 1, A is minus 2. So ordered pair is minus 2 comma minus 1. That's all. Let us move on to the next one. Our next question is limit of x tends to 0 of tan of pi by 4 plus x whole power 1 by x. So and we're supposed to solve the value of this limit. So guys, this was one of the previous year question and this question was asked in JEE Mains I think 2021. Okay, out of those 4 attempts. So how am I going to solve this question? Basically, if you solve this limit, that means when you put x as 0, you will get the value of this limit as 1 power infinity. When you put x as 0, that means when you solve this limit, you will get the form as 1 power infinity. And this 1 power infinity is one of the 7 indeterminate form. This 1 power infinity is one of the 7 indeterminate form and there's a separate technique to break down this 1 power infinity form. So what is the separate technique is, if, I will write here guys, if limit of x tends to a of f of x, when this particular function f of x is raised to the power g of x, where f of x is the base and g of x is power, when you solve this limit, that means when you put x as a, when you get the value of this limit as 1 power infinity, this is something we call as 1 power infinity form. And the technique to break down this is, I can write the same limit as e power limit of x tends to a of base minus 1. You need to subtract 1 from the base. When you subtract 1 from the base, you will get this f of x minus 1 into power. This is the technique in order to break down your 1 power infinity form. What you are supposed to do, just put e power of limit of x tends to the same value only, x tends to same value only of base minus 1 times of power. This is something or 1 power infinity form say. So now people, when you use this particular form in this limit, I'll get it as e power of limit of x tends to a. So here your a is 0 because it x is tending to 0. Limit of x, e power limit of x tends to 0 of base minus 1. Here your tan of pi by 4 plus x is only f of x. Correct now? Tan of pi by 4 plus x is only f of x. Now when I need to subtract 1 from it, what will I do? This I'll put it as tan of pi by 4 plus x minus 1 then times of power. Times of power is into 1 by x. Correct now? So this is e power limit of x tends to a of base minus 1, that is tan of pi by 4 plus x minus 1 because your base is this particular expression. I'm just subtracting 1 from it. Times of g of x, times of your power. That's something I did know. Now people, after this you are supposed to use your trigonometry formula. Okay. So basically here, I'm having tan of pi by 4 plus x now. Can't I use your tan of a plus b formula here? So I can write as e power limit of x tends to 0 of, listen, I'm having tan of pi by 4 plus x. Here I am going to use your tan of a plus b formula where your a is pi by 4 and b is x. So when you use this, I will get it as tan a plus tan b to 1 minus tan a tan b. Correct now? Tan of a plus b is tan a plus tan b to 1 minus tan a tan b. So tan of pi by 4 plus x will be tan of pi by 4. Tan of pi by 4, that will be 1. Then plus of tan x divided by 1 minus tan a into tan b. 1 minus of tan a will be what? Tan of pi by 4. Tan of pi by 4 is 1 only. So I don't need to cancel. Then into tan x. Then I can write this left out minus 1 and this is times of 1 by x. So I will say what I did guys. I just use your formula. Tan of pi by 4 plus x looks like a form tan of a plus b format. So I can write it as tan of pi by 4 plus of tan x divided by 1 minus tan a tan b, that is tan of pi by 4 into tan x, and finally if we solve we will get as tan of pi by 4 1 tan x divided by 1 minus of tan of pi by 4 1, so 1 into tan x is tan x. That's all. Very simple. Use your tan of a plus b formula. Okay, and you need to know that. because that's one of the important guys. Even for inverse trigonometry also it's important. So most we know in one type of question called a summation problem, ITF summation problem. In that we use one famous formula known as stanza B minus stanza B, or otherwise stanza B plus stanza B. Okay, so that's very important. So now people, it's gonna be very simple. I can write the same as e power limit of x tends to 0 of, when I solve this base, I think you will get it as, take LCM guys, as I minus 1, when you take LCM, you will get it as 2 tan x by 1 minus tan x into 1 by x. Okay, so this is something we will get. Correct na guys? I am having 1 plus tan x by 1 minus tan x minus 1. Take LCM, then we will get as 1 plus tan x minus of bracket of 1 minus tan x. So 1 plus tan x minus of bracket of 1 minus tan x will be 2 tan x divided by 1 minus tan x. LCM taking, then types 1 by x. Now I can write it as e power limit of x tends to 0 of, multiply x with the inside value, then we will get it as 2 tan x into 1 minus tan x. Correct na? Just multiplying 1 by x with the inside value. So now people, this tan x by tan x, when your x tends to 0 will be 1. That's a standard limit. Limit of x tends to 0 of tan x by x at the path that is circled will be 1. So I can write as e power 1 into, I will write the dot guys, into means dot. Now into 2 by 1 minus tan x. So when you put x as 0, you get it as 2 by 1 minus tan 0. So 1 minus tan 0 is, what is 1 minus tan 0 guys? 1 minus 0, because tan 0 is 0. So and finally we get this e square, and that's the answer for the question. So I will repeat once again guys, as I am having tan x by x. So when x tends to 0, tan x by x is, your tan x by x is 1. Your tan x by x is 1, that's a standard limit. Okay, you know na, limit of x and 0, tan x by x is 1, limit of x and 0, 1 minus cos x by, I think that's the formula, by x. So those standard limits are very important. So from those only we derive. Okay, that sin x by x form is derived by sandwich theorem. That we say na guys, the other name for sandwich theorem is what? I forget the other name. That's called as sandwich theorem. So 3 functions will be there. The point of intersection, if 3 functions f of x, g of x, h of x, then h of x also has the same value of limit. I think that's the definition. Okay. So here limit of x tends to 0 of tan x by x will be always 1 standard. So finally we get the answer e square, and that's all guys. That's all about the questions on video session. That's all guys. Thank you. Make education simple.